여러분 안녕하세요. 민훈기의 인생야구 다시 찾아와 주셔서 감사합니다. 오늘 인터뷰로 소개할 선수는 삼성라이온즈의 선발 투수죠. 데이빗 뷰캐넌입니다. 저희가 외국인 선수 인터뷰를 이제 처음 소개를 하게 되는데 작년 시즌 막판에 했던 인터뷰지만 앞으로 이제 새 시즌에는 조금 더 외국인 선수 인터뷰 좀 늘려가려고 그렇게 시도를 하려고 합니다. 뷰캐넌 선수 작년 12월 초에 이미 재계약을 했죠. 계약금 10만 달러, 연봉 110만 달러, 인센티브 40만 달러 등 총 160만 달러 계약서에 이제 사인을 했는데요. 이렇게 되면서 삼성 구단 최장수 외인으로 이제 등극했습니다. 지금은 메이저리그에서 뛰고 있는 일루수 데린 러프 선수가 종전 3시즌 연속 이제 외국인 선수로서 삼성 유니폼을 입었었는데 뷰캐넌이 작년에 타이 기록을 썼고 그리고 이번에 4년째 삼성 유니폼을 계속 입게 됐습니다. 마운드에서는 누구보다 진지하고 또 승부욕이 넘치지만 평소에는 아주 유쾌하고 장난기도 많고 또 팬들과도 아주 적극적으로 소통을 하는 뷰캐넌 선수죠. 자, 뷰캐넌 선수 인터뷰하면서 또 한 명의 투머치 토커다 이렇게 할 수 있을 정도로 참 얘기도 좋아하고 많이 했었는데 오늘 뷰캐넌 선수의 이야기를 한번 들어보시겠습니다.
Okay, finally, David Buchanan. it's really nice to see you again, and thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
It's been 3 years already, in Korea.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, how's your life in Korea?
I love it. It's been fun not only for me but for my family as well. So this year we're actually in a new apartment, and my wife has met multiple friends, Koreans, but they speak English.
Oh, they do?
And their kids speak English.
Good.
So Bradley and Lily have had friends to play with every day. So the fact that she had friends to be with really changed it. And if she's happy, I'm happy. You know, if the kids are happy, I'm happy. And then when you take the Samsung fans and even the KBO fans, but just to highlight the Samsung fans, just how they treat us.
Right.
I mean, you can't ask for anything more. Not from a player, but even as a human being.
So, you've been through minor league, major league, Japanese baseball, Korean baseball.
Yeah.
It's same
Done
baseball, but it's different baseball.
It is.
I used to cover major league like 13 years. So, can you briefly tell me the differences?
Like you said, it's the same game.
Right.
I think for me, the biggest difference that I would have to say would be just like the experience of playing the game. Just the songs that were going and just the dancing and the fans just screaming. Our cheer captain and cheerleaders, they're amazing. Because like you'll never know whether we're winning by 10 or losing by 10. He's just so good at his job.
Nice. So culture, baseball culture is different.
Yeah, but like yesterday the game, it was just so much fun. You know, it was just a normal game in September, and you know, it wasn't a first, second place team. It was, you know, just a team playing.
Right.
But just the energy and the how loud it was, and it was fun, and it's such a difference. And if they don't have fans or like you get there and it's so quiet, you know, it's just such a different like atmosphere. You know, you're not really like getting into, because I love the music and the noise, like makes you focus. You know, you get intense, but. Yeah, I think just the culture of the actual game itself is just so much different. I think the fan base is so much more passionate about baseball. I mean, the people that come here and everyone has jerseys, and just like you see some people, they have like 15 jerseys of like their favorite player, and they're hanging up on the seats, and like.
You never see it in Japan or in the States?
Japan, you'll see some. You don't see you'll see some maybe, but not to the extent as here.
You don't hardly see it in Korea though.
No, you don't. Which is another reason why I love playing here, because even when I've had really bad games, you would never know. Like fans, they love me and they're just like saying, you know, fighting, and they just like, oh, next, don't worry about it. I feel bad when I have a bad game. Like I hate it. Like I had a bad game and it was the day before a road trip, and I'm outside and all the fans were out there in our parking lot where the buses are. And I was getting into a van with my wife because they were going to go on the road trip. And I looked up and I was like, oh, today I'm so sorry. Like I felt bad, like, because I want to win every time for those guys. I put a lot of effort in being attention to the fans, because they give us so much love. Like I think that's part of our job, is to give it back to them. So I was like, I'm so sorry for today. Like, I tried my best. I'm like, no problem. And it's, but like in the States, like let's say I threw a shutout today. Like, oh yeah, you're the best. My next start, if I give it up, like, oh boo, I'm like, I don't know, it's just sad. So like playing here, just having that peace of mind, knowing that, and even for my family, so being in the stands, knowing that if I'm not throwing well, people aren't going to be yelling at my wife and my kids in the stands, you know. So just that kind of peace on my heart goes a long way.
Great. Let's go back a little bit to your younger age, your childhood.
Yeah.
When did you first playing baseball?
I started playing when I was about 4 years old.
T-ball.
Yeah, T-ball, everything. Just playing in the front yard with my dad and my grandpa.
Wow.
With a tennis ball, you know, and then just
yeah.
you know, you get the big white plastic balls and the big red plastic bat, you know. But yeah, I did that when I was a kid and just played T-ball and then travel ball, elementary school, middle school, high school, and then I'm college, minor leagues, and then major leagues. So yeah, I've been playing 33, so 28 years, 29 years.
Whew.
Fayette County.
Fayette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fayette County High School.
You have 19K game?
Yeah.
There was
yeah.
state record or?
I don't know. It's sick because like the two guys that didn't strike out, I tried to get tricky and throw a knuckleball.
Knuckleball?
Yeah, because I used to throw knuckleball when I was younger, and they popped it out. I stole it, you know. But looking back, I was like, man, if I could have struck out every batter of the game, just 21 up, 20, that'd have been really cool. But no, yeah, I remember that game. Like it was yesterday. I hit a home run in that game. So my dad was there. That was a fun game.
Wow,
that was a fun game. I would love to have one of those here. That'd be fun.
19?
Yeah.
And then Chipola?
Yeah, Chipola Junior College.
Junior College. And you were drafted by the Mets, but you didn't go.
Right. I was drafted by the Mets in 09, and I was ready to sign. Like I wanted to go play pro ball, and what I wanted and what they were willing to pay, and we never came to an agreement. And I had an offer to play at Georgia State, which was where I was from, you know, in Atlanta, and my sister was going there currently, and it was a good decision because a lot of things happened that year. For me, and it guided me to the Phillies,
right?
Which, in the minor system of the Phillies, is where I met Ashley. And
okay.
I was doing community service, and she had requested for me to go read at her elementary school. So if I'm playing for a different team, we never meet.
Never met.
And we're not married.
Great. And then May 24th, 2014. Against
That
Dodgers.
was the day against the Dodgers.
Was it at home or
Yeah, it was at home.
It
It
was
says
at
in the
home.
bank, yeah. That was
First
cool.
game, right? In
Yeah.
the big leagues. But you started the game and you won the game.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well,
How was that?
I remember the first out was, I think it was D. Gordon. He had a ground ball to third base. I remember that was my first out.
Fastest guy.
And then I remember Puig I threw him a cutter, broken bat to shortstop, was an out. I think he was a 3-hole. I don't remember the second out. I remember my first strikeout was D. Gordon. I threw him a front door two-seam. And then I struck out Turner on a high changeup. Bad pitch, just got lucky. And I think that was to end my 5th inning, and then they pulled me after that.
Let's see. You only
but-
had like 60-some pitches.
Yeah, I wanted to go back out, but I was like, man, this is my first game. But I gave up 2 runs that game. Couldn't even tell you how they scored. No idea. I faced Puig maybe 1 or 2 more times. No idea what he did. Like I don't remember. That's all I remember.
That's about it.
Like 4 bats. That's like all I remember.
Gee.
I don't remember what I did. So it was cool. It was a fun time.
Your first year was, as a rookie, like 20 games, 6-8, 3-point-something ERA. It was really good one.
Yeah.
And then struck next year. What happened?
Because my spring training was amazing. Like I was one of the best pitchers in baseball in spring training, you know. And then, and I end up, they say I'm starting the 3rd game of the season. So I can make the roster out of camp. I'm going to start the 3rd game of the season. And then my mind like switched to like, oh, now I'm the number 3 guy.
Oh, okay.
So I started putting all this pressure on myself. And then I'm throwing the ball well. And then the 3rd inning, I had 2 outs, I had a high chopper, and I make a good play, and I rush the throw it in the stands, guy goes to take a base. No big deal, it's 2 outs, run on second, it's 3rd inning, no problem. And just blue pit there, didn't hear a fly ball that I thought was out of the inning, and the guy goes for it, misses it, runs, and it's just like, just snowballs, and I end up
Right,
giving 6
right.
runs,
Oh.
like that. And it's like, how does that happen? And then I get pulled.
Yeah.
You got a long season, we got 161 more games. So, but as a young kid, you know, I'm just made the camp. Now I'm like, crap, I'm gonna get sent down. You know, like, what do I do? So from then on out, I was pressing so hard that like,
right.
I have to make up for last game. But now, older, looking back, I realized you can't do that. Whether it's a good game or a bad game, it doesn't matter. Once you're done, next start.
Next game.
Once done, next game. But I wasn't there on a maturity level yet, so I was pressing so hard, and every game was just more and more pressure, more and more pressure. Ended up getting sent down, and like 2 starts, like my second start after I got sent down, I broke my ankle.
Oh.
So it was the rough year, but I feel like I grew mentally during that time. So then I ended up getting called back up in September, and I had 4 starts. I was like 2-0 with like a 1-something ERA. Had a fantastic September.
Right.
So I was pumped. I was like, I finished strong. I showed that I was still a good pitcher.
Right.
I showed that mentally, like I didn't break. It was one of those years that had some good ones, and then I had some bad ones. But it was on me because the start of the year, after that first game, I put so much pressure on myself to make up for the last game, and you can't pitch like that. You can't pitch like that. But then again, like I've grown so much just in my maturity and my mental fortitude, and just as a man, and things get put in perspective. And you have a wife, kids, but now like I am where I am. Like my family's happy, I'm still playing professional baseball. I'm having success. Like I'm providing for my family. Life's good, and it's just a story to tell. You know, I look back on it now and like I can laugh about it. You know, things that you learn to laugh about and know that, hey man, it's just another story to tell.
Yeah.
But like when I was younger, like I let that kind of stuff define me. Like I was the guy that did this. I was the guy with this ERA or whatever. But now, like, again, once you get older, you have a family, you're like, I don't care about all that. I don't care what people think of me from as far as a baseball standpoint. I want people to think of me as a godly man, as a family man, as a hard worker, as a good teammate, which is what I am.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Regardless of how I perform on the field, know that every single second before that start happened, I was busting my butt in the weight room, in the trainer's room to get my body recovered, on my diet, my sleep. If it doesn't pan out in the field, it wasn't because of lack of discipline or effort, you know. So, and then even after that, I'm still going to support my team.